Watching movies and creeping about. K-Flix 198.4.
Welcome back to K-Flix Spooky Radio. Boy, do I love this time of year, so of course we had to do a special Halloween-themed episode, including having our buddy Marshall Keep do a fun new K-Flix theme song. That was your first time hearing that, right, Dustin? What'd you think?
That sure was. I did not know that was coming.
No, you didn't. I had that done while you were on honeymoon.
That is fun. Wow, that's so cool. I had no idea. I was just sitting here waiting for the usual watching movies. Yeah. Honestly, it took me a second because I was like, I don't know what I thought. I thought like the wrong clip played or something. I was like, Sean's sorting something out on his end. And I was like, wait a minute. No, that's for our show.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's awesome. Thanks, Marshall.
I wanted you to hear that live on microphone. I thought that would be a fun experience.
You can cut it, but can I hear it again now that I can process?
Absolutely you can, yeah.
Watching movies and creeping about.
Creeping about.
K-Flix 198.4.
You've opened a door now, Shawn.
I sure have.
Now we're going to have to ask him for more shit because that was so cool.
Yeah, it's really great.
A theme song for every holiday. Wow. Well, welcome everyone to the Halloween special.
We're going to be talking about the 1986 movie Trick or Treat. Not to be confused with the 2007 movie Trick or Treat.
Trick or treat, yes. Every time I'm looking for something to do with this, that pops up.
Yeah. In fact, you brought this up in a prior show for K-Flix, and I was confused when you brought it up and thought you were talking about the 2007 movie.
We are talking about the 1986 movie Trick or Treat, just so no one's confused.
This was the first time that I've seen the 1986 Trick or Treat. Dustin, had you seen this movie before?
Oh, no. This was my first time as well. I'd never heard of it until I brought it up for whatever reason. I brought it up in a previous episode. I don't even remember that.
To be perfectly honest with you, I can't even remember what episode that was. I just know that it happened.
Hey, gang, we're 20 episodes in, so email us and let us know what episode that was. Where we talked about Trick or Treat before, because we've begun to lose track.
I feel like it was pretty early on, in the first 10 maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Everybody go listen to the first 10 and let us know when we talked about Trick or Treat, please.
It's for sure in the first 10.
Yeah, if it's not in the first 10, it's in the next 9.
Yes.
I can say that with 100% certainty.
It is in the first 19 episodes of the show, guaranteed.
Yes. Anyway, welcome to this, the 20th episode, the Halloween episode.
Thank you for joining us. This movie, I had a great time watching for the first time. I laughed a whole bunch. It had some kick-ass, awesome tunes, and I thought it was one hell of a ride. Did you enjoy yourself, Dustin?
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun. You know me, I'm a hard sell on the horror genre.
Fair.
Classic 80s horror included. And I feel like this has a very classic 80s horror feel. I don't feel like it's all that different from the slasher films and stuff. I mean, it is, well, spoiler alert, this guy shoots electricity, and that's pretty cool.
Oh, the lightning effects in this movie are top notch. They still look great.
They're definitely top of the line.
It really reminds me of, like Ghostbusters with like how awesome the proton pack still looks and stuff like that, you know?
This film's about a high school kid who is a fan of rock and roll. That's established really quick. But this kid, Eddie Weinbauer, a.k.a. Ragman, he is a super fan. His favorite rock star is Sammy Kerr, who happens to be a guy who graduated from Eddie's very same high school a few years earlier.
Yeah, as luck would have it.
And he wanted to come back and play at the high school.
Yes.
This rock star for a Halloween show.
Right.
It was canceled because they didn't like his music or his messages. I mean, this movie came out right in the middle of the whole Satanic Panic thing, where we had like rock stars testifying to Congress that they don't worship the devil in their off time.
Which is so crazy that actually had to happen.
Yeah, real fucking thing. Judas Priest on trial. But yeah, I think this movie capitalizes on those feelings in a really fun way.
Yes. For sure.
And mocks it in a really good way.
Yeah, the Ozzy Osbourne cameo is really nice, too.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, but we're jumping ahead.
Yes,
because
sorry.
Pretty quickly, at the beginning of this movie, Sammy Kerr dies.
In a fire.
The Halloween show is definitely off forever now.
Yeah, you can't come back from that. Or can you?
Spoiler alert. I think it's a fun way to come up with your slasher victim. You know, every or not victim, slasher person.
Yeah, your antagonist.
The antagonist. You know, they always have some crazy backstory of how they died and come back from the dead.
Yes.
Rockstar turned electricity from his fingers shooting terror demon.
He also uses his guitar to shoot the electricity.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. He demonstrates many ways to wield it. I thought the taser thing was funny. He gets tased by a cop and then it like energizes him.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be so horrifying to see as you're like, oh, this taser will surely stop somebody. And they're like, yes, give me more of that tasing.
I mean, it kind of happens in real life with PCP people, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like, that's a real phenomenon. You can just resist the power of the tase. But I don't think it like gives you more strength.
I would hope not. That would be really fucking wild. So Sammy Kerr gets to come back to life as like a demon of sorts by Eddie coming into contact with the final album that Sammy was going to release. And he comes into contact with this album because Gene Simmons plays a DJ at a fictional radio station called WZLP. Gene Simmons' DJ name is DJ Nuke, who I guess is playing like the devil in this, right?
Oh, did you take it like that?
I did sort of take it like that because Gene Simmons is like super, like all of the shots of him are super sinister. And he looks like Macho Man Randy Savage. And he gives him the vinyl, says it's the only one in existence, and he's going to play it on the radio on Halloween night at midnight. But then he's not there. It's all a pre-recorded message in the booth.
That's true. Yeah.
So he's just like sort of disappeared.
Okay, yeah, I get that. Okay. I didn't pick up that level of metaphor. I was just like, oh, he wasn't there. He's just some fucking guy fucking around. But yeah, no, totally. He's the devil. Because he's nice and he makes the deal with him, kind of. He gives him the record. Yeah, and it's like a studio master or something. It's the only one for some reason.
Why does he have the only one in whatever town this is, you know?
Yeah, the hometown DJ.
Yeah, why would he have it? He's totally the devil, I think.
Yeah, okay. I like that. I didn't even recognize him for a second. I knew I had looked at the cast list. I knew he was going to be in the movie. And I was like, I wonder when Gene Simmons is going to show up. And I kind of assumed it would be like a Kiss cameo.
Oh, right. Sure.
You know, I thought it would be a more overt. I didn't know he was going to be like acting. And he shows up and he's acting. And he said apparently he was doing a Wolfman Jack impersonation.
So Sammy Kerr gets summoned through Eddie listening to this record, which plays at various speeds and backwards and has hidden messages that answer Eddie's questions, and eventually summons Sammy Kerr as a full apparition.
And it's great. It's all the stuff that parents were afraid of from these heavy metal bands, and they just take it and they go, let's make a horror movie where that actually works.
A couple of things that really made me laugh when I was watching the movie, when Eddie's best friend Roger plays the tape and Sammy appears in his living room and that woman starts talking on the television, and he reaches into the screen, grabs that woman by the throat, yanks her out of the television, and as he does, her body just turns to like charred ash.
Yeah.
And then he throws her on the ground and then vacuums the body up with the family vacuum afterward. And that, like, just the wide shot of him vacuuming is so hilarious.
It's a good body disposal scene. As a fan of those.
Now, did you happen to recognize the woman that he pulls out of the television and turns to charred ash?
I didn't, but there's someone in here who I know is in this movie that I didn't catch, but I know that I know her from one other movie.
Well, she's Large Marge in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes, Alice Nunn.
Pretty great.
I read that she was in it, and I didn't even recognize her when she came up.
Such a memorable scene. I mean, I'm never going to forget that, because that was something I've never seen before.
She's in 2 movies of which I'm aware, and she's in 2 very memorable scenes.
The hardest laugh I think I had in this movie was when Eddie finds out that Roger is playing the Sammy Kerr tape at the dance. He rushes out the door, and there's a little girl trick-or-treating, and he gives her the entire bag of candy. Her line delivery of the word whoa is so fucking outrageous. So I just want to play you the scene,
Okay.
and then you can hear it.
Trick or treats, Mama Pete. Whoa.
Whoa!
It's like a Californian sketch.
Yeah, it is.
Whoa.
That's the best fucking reaction to getting a bowl full of candy I've ever heard. Pure gold. Couldn't get enough of that. Dustin, did you happen to look into the director of this film, Charles Martin Smith?
Oh, a little bit I did. One of his later films stuck out in my mind as something I never would have guessed.
Oh, yeah? What would that be?
It was the 1997 classic, Air Bud.
Yeah, he did the first Air Bud movie. Pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And then he also did Dolphin Tale 1 and 2, which I also found to be pretty funny.
Oh, which I've never heard of. Is this a big film?
Oh, you don't know Dolphin Tale 1 and 2?
I don't know Dolphin Tale, no. I'm looking. Okay. Oh, it stars Harry Connick Jr. Okay. Interesting. You've seen it?
I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
Is this like a Free Willy type film?
Sure, like a Flipper-esque, all of that stuff.
Yeah. Sorry. So fuck me for putting Free Willy as the prime example. We've been doing this a lot longer than that.
Did you catch that Charles Martin Smith makes a director cameo acting in this film?
I did. I don't know who it was. He's one of the teachers, right?
Yeah, he's like, I guess, the principal who's doing all of the talking on stage at the dance. He's got the Groucho mask on.
That was him. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a bit of an actor. He's been in a lot of big movies as an actor. American Graffiti, The Untouchables, Deep Impact. He's been in some stuff.
Yeah, really fun stuff.
Yeah.
Much like the actor who played Roger, Eddie's best friend, Glenn Morgan. Did you look much into his resume?
Did not check him out, no.
So this is his only acting work is in Trick or Treat, but he has a lot of work behind the camera. He wrote a bunch of episodes for 21 Jump Street, The Commish, and The X-Files.
Oh, no kidding.
He also wrote Final Destination 1 and 3, and then wrote and directed both remakes for Willard and Black Christmas.
Oh, wow. Okay. He's pretty busy. Did you notice, maybe you didn't because you've probably never seen, while I was watching this with my wife, she pointed out that the bully is played by actor Doug Savant, who is one of the main cast members of Desperate Housewives.
Oh, fun.
Which she just completed the entire series of, so she picked him out right away. I didn't recognize him, of course, face blindness.
He is such a great 80s bully in this film. He's got the perfect look.
Yeah.
He's got the best sound. Like when Eddie throws his lunch in his lap, "You're dead!" Oh my God, he's perfect. What great casting.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Pitch perfect. Smarminess. I love it. It was awesome.
But yeah, I did not catch that because I have not seen Desperate Housewives.
And then we got the actor who played Eddie, Mark Price, who I don't know much about.
Oh,
still
famously Skippy on Family Ties.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I haven't seen enough Family Ties.
I mean, I watched it when I was younger, but I certainly haven't gone back and looked at it being an adult now.
I missed that one in the Nick at Night era.
So just a couple of extra Sammy Kerr albums or songs that I noticed being talked about in the film, though it was not made clear whether they are album titles or song titles. But the ones that I noticed were Burnin' Metal, Fuck with Fire, Torture's Too Kind, which is pretty brutal.
It's very metal.
Yeah, it's super metal. Yes, absolutely. And his final album title is called Songs in the Key of Death.
Yes, which is a play on Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life.
I also came across that information, and that's pretty funny. I'd like to bring up the fact that Christopher Young composed the score for this movie, and he has one heck of an IMDb page. Hellraiser.
Oh, Shawn? I see you I see you listing a bunch of stuff, but
Among many other things.
I think our audio dropped out for a minute there, dude.
What's that?
I think our audio dropped out. I have no idea what you said after Hellraiser.
Oh, you didn't... You couldn't hear what I was saying?
No, you gotta, yeah. I think you gotta list them again or something.
Okay.
Nobody heard it.
All right. Hellraiser, Tales from the Hood, Species, Virtuosity, Set It Off, Rounders, and Drag Me to Hell, just to name a couple of things.
A lot of like touchstone horror things in there.
Oh, yeah. And then just like veering off and doing things like Set It Off and Rounders is also really cool.
Yeah. I forgot about Rounders.
I don't know what the fuck was happening with the microphone there, but, you know.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
We're sorry, everyone. You know, sometimes things happen. It's live.
What do you say we transition into talking about Fastway, the band that created the music for this soundtrack, Dustin?
Yeah, this was our way into this film because, again, at some point in the past, I wanted to talk about Fastway and how they were this 80s hair metal band that didn't ride into oblivion, and the members went on to do other stuff.
They certainly did. First of which is Fast Eddie Clark, who did rhythm and lead guitar for the soundtrack. And y'all might know him from another band called Motorhead. Pretty much everybody knows the song Ace of Spades.
Yes, if you do know a Motorhead song, you know this song. And most of the time when people are like, I don't know any Motorhead songs, I couldn't name one, I'll play this and they'll be like, yeah, I know that song.
Yeah.
They just didn't know they knew it, you know?
There was also a second guitarist featured on the soundtrack. His name is Shawn Carroll. The main bassist was Paul Reed. The main drummer was Alan Connor. And we had some additional musicians come in, such as Mick Feet on track 8, which was Heft, did additional bass work. And he was in a really cool band that I didn't know about until right now called Runner. And they only released one album in 1979 that's pretty fun. Here is Fooling Myself.
Lonely days and lonely nights. I'm by myself, so that this ain't right. I gotta find me a better plan before she gets herself another man. I was fooling myself, fooling myself. I was fooling myself, and now another day's gone by. Still ain't got you, baby.
That is like a Doobie Brothers tune or something, or like I can't place it, but I like that.
Yeah. It's sort of got like Kiss vibes in there too.
Yeah.
The vocals were kind of Paul Stanley-esque.
Yeah, I could hear that, and even the groove of the song had a little bit of whatever Kiss was doing. And Gene Simmons is not a bad actor, I gotta say, after seeing this film.
I mean, he's in quite a bit of things. My dad was a massive Gene Simmons fan, for the listeners out there who don't know me on a personal level, and he would always watch the movie Runaway with Tom Selleck, where Gene Simmons is the bad guy of the film.
Oh, I've never seen that one.
Back to the additional bassists for this soundtrack. On If You Could See Me, which is track 9, it features additional bass work by Charlie McCracken, who played bass for the Spencer Davis Group, along with the rock trio Taste. And I would like to play a clip of a song from Taste. This song is called What's Going On from 1970.
What's going on? Can you correct my vision? Helping my decision. What's going on? You know what I'm needing. You won't find me kneeling.
Got kind of a Jethro Tull kind of vibe to it.
And some Jimmy Page guitar kind of stuff. I can hear Zepp in that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, man, these are all cool groups.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah, I was pretty pleased to find all of these old rockin' 70s tunes. I've got one more coming, so this has been fun. On tracks 8 and 9, which I've just mentioned, Heft and If You Can See Me, there was additional drum work done by Jerry Shirley. and he was in Humble Pie.
I've heard of Humble Pie.
Humble Pie also had Steve Marriott of Small Faces, Peter Frampton of Peter fucking Frampton, and Greg Riley from Spooky Tooth. So I would like to play a Humble Pie song called Get Down to It from 1973.
I love you, babe. You know. Hold me in a place you want me to go. Say my love for you. Swing it sweet once you have to do that. Seems today I found my voice. I want to know you be my toy now. Ooh, baby. Ooh, get down to those things you do to me.
Yeah, I did not realize, even when I brought up the fact that the singer of this band is in another band in a previous episode, I did not realize how much of a supergroup Fastway was.
Yeah, pretty cool. We also have Fairlight programming for the soundtrack done by Pete Williams.
Man, we've mentioned the Fairlight CMI
I know.
more than I thought we would on this show.
I mean, it's only going to keep happening the more we talk about 80s content, I think. That's where it always comes up.
OG synth goodness.
Yeah, you can't beat it.
No.
And that just leaves us with the singer, Dustin. Who's the singer of Fastway?
So the singer of Fastway is a guy named Dave King, and he was kind of an outlier because he wasn't famous for anything else going into Fastway. Fastway was his big break.
Uh-huh.
Like, he was the new kid. He was the Adam Lambert added to the group.
This was his final album with Fastway, though.
It was, yes. I think there was a big lineup change, right, after this album.
I believe so.
Eddie Clarke took things in his own different direction.
Yeah.
So to this guy, Dave King, the singing voice of Sammy Kerr in this film, is what originally brought my attention to this band long ago and to this movie not so long ago, because he, after Fastway, after this album, went on, did some other stuff, and ended up with a bunch of other folks in Los Angeles creating the band Flogging Molly. And I just always thought it was so interesting to go from music that sounds like Fastway to music that sounds like Flogging Molly, which is a heavily like traditional Irish music infused pop punk band. If you don't know Flogging Molly, here's a little bit of them.
Take a life for hateful lies to glisten once again. 'Cause we find ourselves in the same old mess, singing broken lullabies.
Band I super loved back in the day, back when we were in high school. We've seen him. I've seen him a few times. You've seen him with me at least one of those times.
I think I've seen him 2 or 3 times.
They toured a ton in the early aughts.
And we were going to shows like crazy back then.
Never missed a Warped Tour for like a good 5-year stretch.
Yep.
But anyway, Shawn, this got me thinking. I wonder if I can put together one of our special, fantastical game segments
Oh, great. Yes, awesome.
where you, as the participant, get to guess who the famous person is from the band you've probably never heard of.
Terrific.
Are you ready to start, Shawn? I will give you, in most cases, the name of the band and the song that I'm playing, and all you have to tell me is who the person from this band is that went on to be much more famous either with another band or in their own right.
Are you going to tell me if they're a singer or what instrument they play?
I will definitely let you know how they participate in the band, and it's mostly singers. I'm not that mean.
Okay, I'm ready. Hit me with the glory.
All right. This first band is called the Conrads. The song is called Slide.
You gotta know sorrow. You won't find me tomorrow. 'Cause baby, it's too late now. Baby, I
Buddy Holly?
No.
Brian Wilson.
Nope. Think a bigger shift in style.
don't you see that I don't need you. You're still in love.
Bob Dylan.
Ooh, it's a good guess.
Boy, I don't know, bud. I had a lot of guesses. I'm totally wrong.
The fellow you heard singing there
Oh, wow.
went on to become this guy, David Bowie.
Okay.
And the papers want to know.
Got to start with the band, the Conrads. Simmons.
I feel like I at least had some decent guesses in there.
Those were good guesses. They were all like right time period.
I'm happy about that.
All right, we're going to try another one. This one's a little more modern.
Okay.
A little more. I say a little more modern, but it's older than a lot of our listeners. And I'm going to play this one right from the start of the song. I can't tell you the name of the artist.
Without giving it away.
That will definitely give it away. But the song is called Too Hot.
Is the artist the singers, the women?
The artist is the singer. It's one woman.
Is it a drastic change in tone for when they go solo?
I would say yes.
You want it all or nothing. Lucy asked for handshakes, baby.
Boy, howdy. I don't know.
I want
Wow. Fuck me.
So the reason I couldn't tell you the name is it wasn't, I guess technically I broke my own rules for this game already. It was not a different band. It was just she was a solo artist known only by the name Alanis.
Oh,
She
okay.
reverted to her full name, Alanis Morissette.
I mean, I knew she sounded like somebody. I just couldn't place it.
0 for 2.
Yeah, not great.
Let's see if we can bring it back. This one, it's kind of a fave of mine. The band is called the 101ers, and they're a British roots rock band doing some most old style rock and roll.
All right.
This song is called Surf City.
Leaving Surf City, though you know you're the only pretty one. You're leaving Surf City. You're leaving Surf City.
Boy.
You're leaving Surf City. You're leaving Surf City.
I'm sorry to not even have a guess, but I don't know. I have
All right,
no
I thought that
have
might
no
happen.
idea.
I picked a too hard song. I'm going to give you one more called Keys to Your Heart, also by the 101ers.
I'm not going to promise that this is going to be any easier for me, but
They say, look, a move out there.
is it Joe Strummer?
It is Joe Strummer.
I can hear it in that one.
Mr. Clash himself.
Your snakeskin suit and your alligator boot. You don't need a long neck, you can take it to the bed. I get my advice from the advertising world. Treat me nice as a party girl. Go get live.
And that was Coca-Cola by The Clash.
All right, well, at least I got it on the second song that you played.
You're up one now. Ready for another? It's another vocalist. This band is called the Sugar Cubes. Song, Cold Sweat.
I don't know his name, but the lead singer of Wheatus.
No, this is a woman.
Okay.
So there's a hint. Pat Benatar? No, a little more recent.
Oh man, I can't think of her name right now. The woman from Evanescence?
No, but this is who the woman from Evanescence wants to be.
Oh.
So less recent than the Evanescence.
Are they alive still?
Yes. They're most known for their name as a solo artist.
I don't know.
It was Bjork.
Oh, I've never once listened to Bjork, so I would never get that.
What? Bjork is great. You should check out more Bjork.
I guess I should.
This song, Hyper Ballad, is one of her most known. All right, this one I thought would be a stretch, but who knows? Maybe you'll know it right away. And actually, there are two very famous people that came out of this band. The band is called the Mina Birds, and this song is called It's My Time.
Oh.
I don't think I wouldn't be able to get the guitar player, but you might get the singer.
It's my time, it's my time. Don't care what you say, don't care what you say, baby. It's my time, it's my time. I'm gonna love you anyway, every day.
And this person, I would say, does qualify as a pretty drastic style shift.
Okay. A drastic style shift. For the guitarist and for the singer?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of the singer, but yeah, neither of their music on their own sounds like this.
Is the guitarist Jimmy Page?
No, good guess.
Is the guitarist Ted Nugent?
No, but it is another guitarist who is known for being in several things and under his own name.
I don't know either.
I'm going to put you out of your misery, and don't feel bad. I wouldn't have gotten this one either, but it blew my mind so much to find out this band existed that I had to include it. This band, the Mina Birds, features a young Rick James on vocals with Neil Young on guitar.
Man.
I had no idea those two guys were in a band together.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. I was thinking about guessing something like a Little Richard for the vocals, but
It's Rick James, bitch.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right, this one, I'm going to take us back into the same wheelhouse as the Flogging Molly thing, and I'm going to hit you with another band that spit out a singer and I think a bass player for a pop punk band from our high school years.
Okay.
This song is called Tribal Monkey, and it's by Electric Love Hogs, which is a good name.
That is a good name. It's a fun start.
And this album was produced by Tommy Lee.
I can hear that now. The raspiness in that voice sounds familiar. I don't think I'm going to be able to name who the bassist is.
No, that's okay.
I can't place it. I'm really terrible at this game.
Sorry, I'm having fun.
Oh, no, I mean, you're playing me fun stuff. I'm not good at it. Who was that?
So the singer was John Feldman, the bass player Kelly Lemieux, and they both went on to form Goldfinger.
Ah, okay.
Yes, and John Feldman went on to produce just about every pop punk record for a 10-year span in the early 2000s. Okay, we're getting to the good stuff.
We're getting to the stuff I still won't get.
Okay, this is another hard one. You may be able to hear something stylistic here, or this may just be like a, hey, fun fact thing. Mm-hmm. But what we're listening for here is the keyboard player in a group from Ohio called Slam Bamboo. And this is their song, White Lies.
You look like I'm asking for something you already gave.
Are they doing the backup vocals as well?
I believe so.
Satisfied, it's so hard to find the truth in what you say.
Whoever did the keyboards on the score for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze.
Gets to me.
I don't know the answer to that. I don't think it's this guy. There's no way in a million years you're going to guess this, because this is a huge stylistic change.
Oh my God.
That was Trent Reznor.
Wow.
He had quite a few bands pre 9 Inch Nails, and Slam Bamboo was definitely the winner for this game.
That's crazy.
I'll send you the video because it's great, because like every other member of the band is in like this like 80s costume attire, and then it shows Trent Reznor and he's just in a black leather jacket looking like Trent Reznor. Okay, I have another one that no one could ever guess, but I thought it was cool. This band's called the House Martins. The song's called Me and the Farmer.
It's a farmer through and through. Wanna let you probably know. Probably know. I just don't know. Me and the farmer, like brother, like sister, getting all our hand and blister me.
Is it Will Forte?
No, again, so this one wasn't the singer. That's why I'm like, oh, it's too tricky. I just heard it and I was like, oh, I like this early 90s kind of like fun Pete and Pete sound that they have. But anyway, the bass player from that band went on to become this guy.
Oh, wow.
Fatboy Slim. Just a little clip from Praise You here.
Wow.
All right, Sean, we're on the final two.
Oh, here we go.
This one is a vocalist.
Okay.
The band is called Geordie.
Awesome.
The song, Goodbye Love.
And all I ever got from my troubles was rejection.
What era are we talking here?
1975.
More than I could do. Ooh, you're a no-good woman, you took my money, you said it was just too bad. You don't wash my clothes, call me honey, but I don't feel so sad. But baby, how can I lose what I never had?
I don't know, man. I can't place it.
Would you believe that voice is this voice?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right. Brian Johnson from AC/DC, who famously came into AC/DC as a replacement vocalist, so he had to kind of do an impression of Bon Scott. And
Yeah.
I never realized how different of a vocalist he was prior.
Yeah, that's wild.
Last song, I'm not going to say the name of the band, just in case you know.
Great.
And with this one, here's your big hint. The whole band became...
Newfound Glory?
Nope. Much bigger. Much bigger.
Blink-182?
Nope, they were definitely chasing the Blink-182 thing. That's what era this is. Post Blink-182. Early 2000s, though.
Maroon 5? Yes!
So this band is called Kara's Flowers. The song is Soap Disco. And yes, they retooled their whole thing and became Maroon 5.
Fuck yeah.
Or at least, I think it was Adam Levine and the bass player and the drummer.
Can't slip that Levine by this guy.
I was so excited to find that and get a mention in for our guy.
Yeah, that's a top tier Adam Levine find right there. Well done, sir.
Ta-da, that was the game.
Well, I had a lot of fun. I just was no good at it. I got the most important one, so that one I'm thrilled with.
I was really hoping you would get that one.
Yes.
I knew you would. I knew you'd get there on the voice. I'm glad. I'm honestly I thought you were going to snap and get it right away or be like, I know this song. So I'm glad you had to think about it a little bit.
So now that we've done the members of Fastway and the additional musicians that are featured on this soundtrack, I just want to go ahead and bring up the producer, Eddie Kramer, because he has worked with, once again, an absolutely massive and astounding number of people. Kiss, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, Carlos Santana, and as always, many, many more.
Wow. There's a lot of giants on that list.
Yeah.
I couldn't find much info on how it came together.
Oh.
On how, Charles Martin Smith, the director, got to know all these musicians and stuff. He got some really big names involved. We mentioned earlier Ozzy Osbourne shows up at the height of his career.
And to my understanding, Gene Simmons was offered the role of Sammy Kerr, but he turned it down because he wasn't into the script that much, but did agree to go ahead and do the DJ character.
I read that, and I'm honestly really happy with how everything went down because I thought he was great as the DJ character / devil, as you said.
Yeah.
And I thought the guy that they did cast as Sammy Kerr, Tony Fields, was great for that because he doesn't really have any speaking or singing. His vocals are obviously Dave King from Fastway does the vocals, but his moves are so cool looking.
Yeah.
And it's because this guy, Tony Fields, was a dancer.
Yeah, he was.
He's in the big Michael Jackson videos. He's in Beat It and Thriller. He was a sought after dancer.
And you can see that in his performance for Sammy Kerr because he's super graceful and the way that he's moving around.
Yeah, I think it was a great casting decision for an essentially mute demon figure. Not mute, but...
he speaks through the album, at least.
Yes.
Speaking of demons, my buddy Lard Humungus has been calling me a ton, leaving me a bunch of voicemails about how he summoned a demon himself, so I was thinking we should give him a call.
Shawn, you have friends with interesting names and interesting problems.
That's super true.
I think I saw this. This is the guy who was posting about our episodes playing backwards or something. He seems to be having a lot of technical issues listening to the show.
Yeah, he's been posting about that on Instagram. So I thought, well, what better time to call him back than live on the air? So let's go ahead and do that.
Okay, let's do a little tech support.
Oh, Shawn, it's about time you called me. I've been leaving voicemails. I've been messaging you on Instagram, leaving story posts. You got some explaining to do, buddy. I got a demon on my hands because your stupid podcast you made me listen to is playing backwards. You better tell me how to fix this.
Oh, man. The podcast summoned a demon, Lord. I'm so sorry, buddy. I should have called you back sooner. That's my bad.
Yeah, a demon, and not the cool kind of demon that plays metal music and wants to hang out and, like, look at boobs. This idiot wants to watch rom-coms. It's all he'll talk about, and stupid fictional bands. He keeps feeding me facts, and all I want to do, Shawn, all I want to do is watch Halloween Havoc. He won't let me.
Oh, God. No, he's taking away your Halloween Havoc. Lard, this is the worst news you could have given me, buddy. I'm so sorry.
I've been calling you to tell you this news. I've been living it. This demon will not shut up. I can't do anything, Shawn. I can't get away with anything without this guy barking in my ear about crap. Rom-com crap.
Oh, yeah? Well, tell him about Kevin Yeager.
Kevin Yeager. He's kind of cool. So I guess I'll tell you a little bit about Kevin Yeager. He's the makeup effects. Did you know that? And a pretty cool guy, actually. He actually did a bunch of Freddy Krueger makeup effects. He did Chucky. He actually created Chucky. And he also created the Crypt Keeper, which is one of my favorite characters of all time. And believe it or not, if you look into the Crypt Keeper's eyes, you'll see Chucky's eyes. Because he was lazy, and they're just the same eyes. He just switched them out in the shop because he's lazy, but also very talented. Yeah, the team told me that about him being lazy. I didn't say that.
I didn't realize Chucky and Crypt Keeper shared the same eyes. That's cool.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm Dustin. I'm the co-host of the show.
Oh, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, Kevin Yeager was the makeup effects artist for Trick or Treat. And he also was the guitarist in the fictional band The Kickers at the end of the movie, which is pretty neat. This stupid demon has told me this fact about 3,000 times.
666.
Wait, huh? He said 666 times.
Oh, yeah. He's the guy who gets disintegrated right before the trick-or-treat performance.
Now will you take me to the bench where they dance to La La Land?
No, I will not. I told you. The bench and the street lamps, they're just set dressing. There's nothing to see. Oh, you're killing me.
Fine, but we're gonna watch Find Me Falling after that phone call.
Find Me Falling?
The 2024 Harry Connick Jr. Netflix movie?
Can't we watch something seasonal? I don't know, like Queen of the Damned?
Gross.
Guys, you gotta help me. We gotta do something about this demon. I'm going insane. I can't handle it. There must be something we could do.
I don't know. Have you tried, like, burning some sage or something like that?
Yeah, I did, but it didn't work.
Have you done a seance?
No, you're the first ones I called.
How about, like, a Ouija board? That sometimes works in movies.
That stupid kids game? I tried it, but it just spelled out. Hold on, let me get the paper here. It says music and lyrics 2007. I have no idea what the hell that means.
Oh, that's a Hugh Grant rom-com about fictional music.
Weird that it gave him the year.
Ugh.
Okay, just spitballing.
Yeah.
Have you tried rating our podcast 5 stars?
Yeah, about that. I've tried a few times, but I don't have I don't tend to have that thing time. No, I don't have any time for that.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try this. But I gotta tell you, Shawn, you personally, Shawn, if this is a trick to give your podcast 5 stars, I'm coming for you. All right, hold on. Just stay on the line while I do this thing, because if it doesn't work.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to do that. I mean, why would you
Hold on.
want to rate the podcast 5
Got it.
stars?
All right.
You totally shouldn't ever rate this podcast 5 stars. Why would that?
Shawn, he's gone. Shawn, he's gone. The demon is gone.
That's great.
Shawn, the demon's gone.
What great news.
It's amazing that worked.
We'd have it. Here I come. He's gone.
Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, there you go, listeners. If you ever find yourself haunted by demons, try giving our show a 5-star rating wherever you're listening right now. It just might do the trick.
Lard Humungus certified.
All right, Shawn, now that we got that settled, I think we should move on to the songs from the film Trick or Treat. And what do you say we start with the song Trick or Treat?
Big fan of starting with the song Trick or Treat, which in the movie is performed by a band that is playing at the Halloween dance known as the Kickers. Got a pretty classic air. Whoa.
Oh, what's going on?
I guess the song just sort of skipped ahead a little bit. Now we're in the chorus. I'm not doing that. Are you doing that?
I can't do that. I don't have your console over here. What the hell's going on?
I don't know. Yeah, that was weird. But I mean, as I was saying, it's got that classic 80s hair metal vibe to it there, you know?
Yeah. I mean, we need to get your equipment checked out, by the way.
Yeah.
This song's awesome. I think we talked about it a little bit earlier today. I am almost certain this was a pre-existing song that had to have had the title Rock and Roll, because it's what they say over and over, and they sort of only mention the phrase trick or treat in passing in a line that could have easily been swapped out once they found out it was going to be in this movie.
That is something I had not thought about until you mentioned it earlier today, and that is a very funny observation.
I mean, it's just rock and roll, steal your soul. So I guess steal your soul, they were probably like, yeah, we got a song. It could be spooky. Sure.
Yeah, it's about soul stealing and rock and roll. We're good to go.
It's a great hair metal tune, though. I love it.
And this is the one where Sammy Kerr's electricity powers are really on full display, where he's using the
Amped
gun
up.
to shoot people, and then they just turn into clothes.
Piles on the floor. It's a good trick. It's a good camera trick.
So one thing that I really loved about this movie was the amount of show, don't tell that is in the entire opening sequence of the film. There's very little talking from any of the characters. It's just, this is Eddie, this is his life, this is how people treat him, and the whole time you're just hearing the song Stand Up play out almost in its entirety while he's just getting relentlessly bullied and thrown out naked into the gym space where the women's volleyball team is practicing, and they take Polaroid pictures of him naked, and it's just horribly abusive and borderline uncomfortable, some of the things that these bullies are doing to him.
Yeah, bullies were another level back then.
Yeah, they really were, man. It was next level shit. This Eddie character really gets it handed to him at the beginning of the movie, and honestly throughout the remainder of the film.
Yeah, I mean, it's that classic 80s movie bullying where you he shows up for that pool party. There's 100 kids there. He walks in and immediately the bully that had laser eyes sees him and goes, "Hey, you." Get out of here.
Yeah, and then they're like, hey, you know what would be funny? Borderline murder.
Yeah. They put, what do they put in his backpack?
A weight.
Oh, like a gym weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to kill him.
Put it in his backpack and then pushed him in the water, and then he couldn't get out. Yeah, they legitimately tried to murder that boy.
After that, they're like, you're in the shallow end, doofus. But
you're not thinking about that.
No, and the woman was able to dive in, so it wasn't that shallow.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. I hadn't thought about that. So the song where he's bullied at the beginning of the movie, Stand Up, it goes like this.
I've got something to tell you, something you can't deny. I've taken all that you give us, had it up to my eyes. Can't feel the hunger, feel that you can't go on now. Stand up and be counted. Don't push your luck too far. Stand up and be counted. Don't push your luck too far. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Which is a really good song. I love that slow crawl that it has musically.
Kind of like some Van Halen stuff. That thumpy driving bass line.
Right. There was something that stuck out to me listening to the song, and it's the phrase stand up and be counted. For whatever reason, my brain was like, I know that phrase from something, and it led me to a band called Saxton.
Okay.
And a song from 1980 called Stand Up and Be Counted.
You got nothing to lose when you're there at the bottom. You gotta stand up for your rights.
Pretty rockin' 80s tune.
Yeah.
And then to find out that this band, Saxon, Harry Shearer followed them around for 3 days in 1981 on their tour in prep for Spinal Tap.
No way.
Yeah.
Just Harry?
Yeah, just Harry. Just followed him around for 3 days on their tour, asked him a bunch of questions. Apparently, they thought he was a journalist.
Oh, that's funny. Mm-hmm. They thought he was doing an Almost Famous.
Yeah.
But he was doing a Spinal Tap. I get why he might have been cagey in that process, too. Like,
oh, yeah.
I just want to see what you're like so I can make fun of it.
There's also a woman's empowerment movie from 1972 starring Jacqueline Bisset, and that is titled Stand Up and Be Counted.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it sounds like that sort of message, like an activist message.
Right. So the next song that I would like to talk about is Hold On to the Night, because I'm curious if you noticed it sounding like another song.
Oh, okay.
Here is Hold On to the Night.
Yeah, the Ballroom Blitz intro.
He's got a sound, got no soul. He's got everything that a man could want from rock and roll. He's got love, all he needs. And he can grab you by the throat, and he knows gonna make you bleed. Taking off down the road, all right now.
So you just said Ballroom Blitz, like right when that started. You were like, yeah, this is Ballroom Blitz intro. Right?
Yeah, because of that drum shuffle sound, and it definitely, I can hear bits of Kiss in that too, because they like that shuffle style was like a defining characteristic of glam rock, I guess.
I mean, you're totally right on both fronts, and I hear both of those, but that's not the specific song that I was looking for. And
oh, really?
I wish I had come to the Ballroom Blitz thing, because that just ties it back to our Wayne's World episode. But let me know if this makes sense to you.
Radar Love?
Radar Love.
Yeah, totally.
By Golden Earring.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you're totally right. Even because the bass comes in and it's even more like Radar Love.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That hit me this morning when I was on my walk. I was like, oh shit, it's Radar Love. It's Radar Love. The last song that I think we should focus on in terms of giving it a lot of shine is the final song that ends the movie and plays through the credits, After Midnight.
Oh, hell yeah.
What the?
What's going on?
Is this playing in reverse? What the fuck is happening right now? Okay, this sounds okay.
Yeah, it seems like it sorted itself out.
Okay, we're good now. Son of a... What is going on today, dude?
Dude, I don't know. Hit a different button.
All right, maybe we're good now.
Oh, what a jam.
Oh, this is a great song. It's like the perfect high-energy credit song just to be like, yeah, that movie was fucking kick-ass.
I love like when a hard rock song has like the space between the guitar chords like that.
And it sounds great when it's in the right speed and the right direction. I guess it was going in reverse for some of that shit.
Yeah, that was weird. Sorry, folks. Again, we're definitely going to have the professionals come in and look at Shawn's equipment after all this.
Yeah, this is wild. The Halloween spirit is ruining my fun over here.
Real quick, I just want to say I wondered if that song After Midnight was at all a reference to this song, Living After Midnight.
Oh,
Judas Priest. I mean, this would make an excellent credit song too.
As the credits tune for like a 80s vampire movie, it totally would have worked.
Totally.
And then just to fire out 2 more songs just because they're awesome. Again, this is a pretty full soundtrack.
Yeah, I was surprised by how many. Coming into this, I was like, what, are there going to be 3 songs? No, it's a full album.
Let's do Don't Stop the Fight first.
Superstitions in my mind, over and over, losing time. Sometimes it feels so far away. Sometimes it gets so hard to say. Don't stop the fight. Don't die now. Don't stop the fight. Don't die now.
This would work in like a Rambo or
Oh,
kind of
fuck
shoot 'em
yeah.
up action movie. 80s.
Hell yeah. That motivational track that they need to thwart their enemy. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, that's like beginning of Act 3. Like, oh, we're coming back. The clouds are parting, and we got a shitload of guns.
Now I'm stocked up and ready to fucking kill.
It's a suiting up song.
Yeah. Yeah, great suit 'em up song. Fuck yeah. That's great.
And the last song we're going to shout out is If You Could See. And this one's actually from a pre-existing Fastway album, 1984's All Fired Up.
That one's really fun. I really like the way that the guitars and the ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta drums like work together. That's just a fun and cool sounding 80s rock song.
Yeah. Just because we mentioned it, I'm going to play a clip here of the song All Fired Up from the album All Fired Up.
Hell yeah.
I think it's a banger. This one had like a proper music video with a whole intro scene and everything.
Oh, cool.
I didn't realize this when I selected the clip, but those are jet-powered dragsters on a track. That's where this music video is set, and so they just went ahead and included the sound, I guess.
That's funny.
I mean, this band, even though I would say most folks are not familiar with them today, they had quite a bit of traction, and in support of this album, All Fired Up, they actually toured opening for Rush.
Oh, wow.
I wonder how that went over, you know? It's same community, but it's different sound.
So what do you think, Dustin? Would Sammy Kerr get you to summon his demonic spirit if he was giving us music in the real world?
Totally, I would, and thankfully, I don't even have to because there are a bunch of Fastway albums.
That's so true. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those cool circumstances where we do actually get to listen to as much of this band as we want to because they made a healthy amount of music for us to enjoy outside of the soundtrack.
That's right.
It's a yes from me as well, so that's it's one of the easiest yeses that we've both been able to give, as I am a huge fan of 80s hair metal, so this was already my speed to begin with.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad we came up with it by happenstance.
Yeah.
However it came about in that previous episode.
Yeah, whichever one of the 19 it was. Again, listen to it, email us, let us know which one it was, so that way we know the next time Fastway will come up.
Yes, report back. We need your help.
On that note, we're going to go ahead and call an end to the show, everyone. So we hope you've had a fun time. And if you have, go ahead and rate us 5 stars wherever you're currently listening to this, because we all know you do not want to summon a demon.
That's right. And for extra demon protection, I recommend visiting fictionradiopod.com and sending us all your emails at fictionradiopod@gmail.com.
It's the only way to ward off demons by supporting and rating and reviewing K-Flix Fiction Radio.
Watching movies.
Oh, god damn it. Our theme song's fucked, dude.
Oh, great. This too now?
198.4.
What the fuck, man? Have you rated the podcast 5 stars?
Have I rated it? Yeah, of course I've rated it 5 stars. You think this is some demon shit like Lard had?
I don't know. Maybe the studio's haunted. Maybe a demon's haunting us right now.
Well, have you rated it?
Yeah, I rated it 5 stars on Spotify.
What about on Apple? You don't do both? I do both.
No. Fuck. Okay.
Everybody do it on both.
5 stars. Okay, let's try and close it out again. Here comes the theme song, everybody. Hopefully this did the trick.
Watching movies and creeping about.